with a bomb.
Yeah.
And breaks his jaw in 2 places.
Yeah. And
His jaw's wired shut now. He lost teeth.
He's probably cooked. He should retire, man. That was a clear
retire?
check. Hell yeah. That was a clear reality check, bro.
Yeah, but it's a reality check to stay in your own division or...
He was literally running. Look at some of those rounds. He was running. He was going north to south, not side to side.
Hold on to your screens, because this is not a drill. It's a full-blown digital meltdown that makes the Kardashians' drama look like a polite tea party. Joe Rogan, the man who turns commentary into a cultural earthquake, has publicly begged Jake Paul to retire, warning that his relentless streak could actually lead him to harm himself. Yes, you heard that right. Social media exploded within seconds. Screenshots, reaction videos, and viral threads spread faster than a leaked album, igniting panic, disbelief, and absolute chaos. This isn't subtle. This isn't your average hey. Take a break advice. This is Joe Rogan going full urgent, dramatic, and high stakes, using the internet as a megaphone to send a warning that nobody could ignore. Fans, critics, and influencers immediately dissected every word, tone, and reaction. The big question everyone is screaming about: is Jake Paul in real danger? And if so, how much longer can the internet handle this train wreck? The stakes are sky high, the reactions are explosive, and the fallout unavoidable. This is the kind of drama that doesn't just trend, it dominates timelines, fuels memes, and leaves the world collectively gasping. Pop culture watchers, boxing fans, and chaos addicts alike are glued to every post. And the next twist is already lurking around the corner. Nothing in social media history unfolds quietly when Joe Rogan speaks. The man doesn't casually comment, he detonates. And this time, the explosion was seismic. Rogan publicly begged Jake Paul to retire, warning that his relentless behavior, risky fights, and high-octane social media antics could actually lead to self-harm. Yes, you heard that right. The internet collectively lost it in seconds. Screenshots, reaction videos, and viral threads exploded faster than a leaked pay-per-view clip, igniting panic, disbelief, and chaos across every platform. This wasn't subtle. This wasn't a polite suggestion. This was Joe Rogan going full high-stakes, reality check mode, using the internet as a megaphone to issue a warning nobody could ignore. And in classic Rogan fashion, it wasn't just advice, it was dramatic, urgent, and impossible to scroll past. Within minutes, Twitter timelines were flooded with speculation. Instagram stories were dissected, and TikTok exploded with dramatic reenactments. People didn't just want to know what happened, they wanted every angle, every word, every nuance. Jake Paul, infamous for his constant push for attention, suddenly found himself at the center of a viral storm that wasn't about boxing titles or influencer drama. It was about his personal safety. Fans dissected every post, every emoji, every subtle facial expression, and every tweet to see if he was in danger or just putting on a show. Supporters screamed for him to take the warning seriously, while critics questioned whether Rogan was exaggerating for clicks, neutral voices, non-existent. Social media thrives on extremes, and this was a perfect storm. The immediate fallout was explosive. Memes comparing Jake to a high-stakes action movie protagonist and Rogan to the responsible mentor overseeing a potentially suicidal hero appeared instantly. TikTok users produced cinematic recreations with suspenseful music and captions like he's running out of time. Twitter threads dissected the tone, timing, and context of every Rogan word as though life itself depended on it. The audience wasn't just watching, they were participating, amplifying, and escalating the drama. The stakes were raised further when Rogan referenced Jake's recent risky behavior. His high-profile stunts, controversial online posts, and relentless media presence painted a portrait of someone potentially spiraling. Fans immediately connected the dots, theorizing about how his mental and physical health could be at risk. Every post, tweet, and subtle story update became evidence in a growing narrative, each reaction adding fuel to the wildfire of speculation. The question of who bears responsibility became central. Was it Jake alone? Was it his team, the hype machine, or even the media pushing him toward danger? Social media analysts, half-and, half-armchair detective, dissected every clip, every statement, and every past fight. Memes, reaction videos, and theory threads multiplied exponentially, each feeding the growing chaos. By the time the first 24 hours had passed, timelines were a digital storm of engagement, speculation, and tension. Fans quickly polarized. One camp argued, finally, someone is being honest about his reckless lifestyle. Another argued, Rogan is dramatizing for views. Jake's fine. Extreme opinions dominated. The middle ground was buried under waves of engagement. The narrative had already escaped the control of any single platform. Screenshots, clips, and viral commentary ensured that Rogan's warning had become a permanent digital landmark. But what really made this moment viral gold was the ambiguity of the threat. Rogan didn't simply say, "Be careful." He painted a vivid scenario that left fans panicking. Could Jake actually harm himself? Could the relentless chase for fame, risk-taking behavior, and social media pressure culminate in a catastrophe? The questions alone were enough to send timelines into overdrive. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube clips exploded as creators tried to contextualize the warning, dramatize it, and turn it into viral content. The viral momentum grew as celebrity commentary joined in. Fighters, influencers, and comedians weighed in, drawing comparisons to legendary meltdowns, viral controversies, and even blockbuster film plots. Each new post amplified the narrative. Ensuring Rogan's warning was no longer just a moment hit, was a self-sustaining spectacle. Embedded in the cultural zeitgeist, Jake's responses, or lack thereof, fueled even more engagement. Every subtle story, cryptic tweet, or delayed reaction became content fodder. Fans debated whether he was ignoring danger, playing a PR game, or genuinely oblivious to the warnings. Supporters celebrated his bravado. Critics condemned recklessness, and neutral voices were swallowed by extremes. Social media's feedback loop had reached critical mass. Screenshots, remixes, memes, and speculation all collided to create a narrative. With unprecedented viral potential, the story's intensity was amplified further by fan-driven theories. Who or what could truly endanger Jake Paul? Was it the pressure of his boxing career, the scrutiny of social media, or a literal threat emerging from outside his immediate circle? Each theory generated new memes, reaction videos, and Twitter threads expanding the story far beyond the original warning. Social media users weren't just observers, they were active participants, analyzing, theorizing, and escalating the drama in real time. The stakes were now personal, public, and algorithmically explosive. Rogan's warning had transformed into a digital event, one that required immediate engagement. Memes likened Jake to a superhero teetering on the edge of peril, Rogan to a digital guardian, and the internet to a suspense-filled thriller audience. Every screenshot, clip, and post was consumed, analyzed, and reshared, ensuring the warning's message reached millions by the end of this phase. Rogan's plea had ignited a social media wildfire. Timelines burned, hashtags trended, and engagement skyrocketed. The story had evolved from a single warning to a cultural phenomenon, leaving Jake Paul in the eye of a storm that would continue to grow, mutate, and dominate headlines. Screenshots were archived, reaction videos were remixed, and fan theories ensured that the narrative would persist indefinitely. The ripple effect had begun. The drama was no longer just about a warning. It was about anticipation, suspense, and case. And the permanent footprint of virality. Every new post, every subtle story and every reaction contributed to the unfolding saga. Joe Rogan's urgent plea wasn't simply commentary. It was the spark that lit a firestorm the internet would never forget by the close of this opening act. One fact was undeniable. Jake Paul was officially under the microscope. Joe Rogan had commanded the internet's attention, and every fan, influencer, and meme creator was now a participant in a drama that could spiral further at any moment. The stage was perfectly set for part 2, full-blown viral escalation. Celebrity reactions, memes, and public outrage. Once Joe Rogan's urgent warning hit the internet, timelines didn't just heat up, they erupted. Memes, reaction videos, and hot takes appeared faster than Jake Paul could upload his next TikTok. Every screenshot of Rogan pleading, every subtle Instagram story from Jake, and every cryptic fan theory became viral content, feeding speculation and panic in a perfect algorithmic storm. What began as a serious plea escalated into a digital phenomenon with cultural resonance, forcing audiences worldwide to pay attention. Influencers and content creators immediately seized the opportunity. TikTok exploded with cinematic recreations, slow-motion reenactments of Rogan's plea, suspenseful music, dramatic captions, and even deepfake mashups placing Jake Paul in high-stakes thriller scenarios. Instagram stories broke down every post, reaction, and emoji, transforming them into viral evidence worthy of a Sherlock Cleveland investigation. Twitter threads became sprawling, chaotic analysis forums, dissecting micro-expressions, pauses, and even the timing of Rogan's words. Fans were no longer passive observers. They were digital detectives, piecing together a viral mystery in real time. Jake's subtle reactions or deliberate lack thereof became fuel for both memes and fan speculation. Every minor post, emoji, or cryptic story became content gold. Supporters framed his composure as bravery and strategy, while critics labeled it reckless, dangerous, or borderline self-destructive. Neutral voices disappeared under the avalanche of extreme opinions. As social media thrives on polarizing content, the ambiguity of they only amplified engagement. Who was coming for Jake Paul? Industry rivals, social media mobs, hidden adversaries. Fans theorized endlessly, creating TikTok investigations, YouTube recaps, and meme compilations. Each ambiguous post became fodder for endless speculation, driving engagement to unprecedented levels. Social media's feedback loop was merciless. Screenshots generated memes. Memes sparked threads. Threads inspired videos, and the cycle repeated endlessly. Memes pushed the absurdity to unprecedented levels. Jake was portrayed as a superhero, teetering on the edge of disaster, Rogan as the omniscient mentor desperately trying to save him, and the internet as a suspense-filled thriller audience. TikTok creators animated screenshots into cinematic mini-movies. Twitter theorists debated every move like world leaders negotiating a crisis. Instagram users turned stories into investigative clues, interpreting every subtle gesture as evidence of impending catastrophe. Celebrity commentary escalated the stakes further. Influencers, comedians, rappers, and even boxing personalities weighed in. Comparisons were drawn to historic celebrity meltdowns, dangerous stunts, and viral cultural crises. Every new post amplified the story, ensuring it remained a self-sustaining social media event, spreading across platforms and dominating engagement metrics. Rogan's warning had evolved from commentary into a digital landmark, and the internet had officially turned it into a narrative everyone felt compelled to participate in. Fan reactions intensified the chaos. Memes like Jake Paul versus the internet and Rogan the Rescuer became instant classics. TikTok duets staged imagined conversations between Rogan and Jake. YouTube commentators dissected possible scenarios. Would Jake retire? Would he ignore the warning? Was this a PR stunt or a genuine crisis? Every interaction added to the viral narrative, making the story increasingly UNCONTAINABL. The escalation wasn't just online, it had real-world visibility. Every major media outlet reported on Rogan's plea. Sports analysts, entertainment, journalists, and influencers reposted the clips, analyzing tone, intention, and potential consequences. Memes were embedded in news segments. Reaction videos were stitched into recap shows. By the end of the first 48 hours, the story was everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and even news headlines. This frenzy triggered a social media arms race. Fans became hyper-analytical, parsing body language, timing, and phrasing in Rogan's and Jake's content for hidden meaning. The what happens next? Speculation created a self-perpetuating viral cycle. The more people reacted, the more the story spread, the more content was generated. And the loop continued. Even peripheral figures were pulled into the narrative. Fellow YouTubers, influencers, and media personalities became digital collateral damage in the frenzy. Screenshots immortalized their reactions, mentions, and commentary, whether they intended it or not. Social media amplified their involvement, proving that viral events don't just affect the central figures, they ripple outward, drawing everyone nearby into the chaos. The feedback loop created an ecosystem of obsession. Memes inspired videos, videos inspired threads, threads inspired fan theories, and fan theories fueled more memes. The original Warning Rogan, pleading for Jake's safety, had grown into a digital storm with unlimited reach. Facts became secondary. Virality was king. Every subtle gesture, every new post, every cryptic comment kept the story alive and expanding. Fans' emotional investment added fuel to the fire. People argued endlessly about the severity of Jake's situation, Rogan's responsibility, and the potential consequences. Supporters warned about the physical and mental toll of Jake's behavior. Critics questioned whether this was a stunt or a genuine concern. Each debate generated more content, ensuring the story stayed trending. Memes were shared, reaction videos remixed, and fan theories endlessly circulated. By the end of this viral escalation, the warning had transcended commentary and speculation. Screenshots were archived, memes proliferated, reaction videos immortalized the drama, and the internet was officially in a frenzy. Context no longer mattered. Engagement and spectacle were the only metrics that counted. Timelines burned with suspense, speculation, and anticipation. The stage was perfectly set for the final act. The aftermath, reputational consequences, and long-term ripple effects of Rogan's plea. Social media had transformed a single warning into a cultural landmark, embedding it in memes, screenshots, reactions, and commentary that would continue to reverberate for months. Once the initial viral frenzy from Joe Rogan's urgent warning to Jake Paul began to settle, the real consequences started to emerge. Social media doesn't simply allow moments to pass, it immortalizes them. Screenshots, reaction videos, and memes ensured that every nuance of the warning would remain a permanent fixture in timelines, comment threads, and fan compilations. The drama was no longer a fleeting news cycle, it had become a cultural phenomenon. For Jake Paul, the fallout was immediate and layered. On one hand, his supporters praised his audacity, framing him as a fearless, relentless competitor who thrives under pressure. On the other hand, critics amplified the warning, interpreting it as evidence of recklessness and vulnerability. Every post, story, or cryptic social media comment would now be scrutinized through the lens of this viral warning. Screenshots and memes immortalized his every action, ensuring that no moment would ever escape public analysis. Joe Rogan solidified his reputation as a protector and influencer. By issuing the warning publicly, he demonstrated authority and credibility, positioning himself as both mentor and messenger. His plea wasn't just a passing commentary, it became a viral benchmark, cementing his influence across social media. Every share, every repost, every viral meme tied his name to the narrative. Who exactly was coming for Jake? Industry rivals, social media. Mobs, hidden adversaries. Fans, creators, and influencers speculated endlessly, producing threads, TikToks, and YouTube videos that theorized possible outcomes. The ambiguity fed virality every cryptic comment, every delayed post, and every meme about. They kept the audience engaged and invested. Memes, reaction videos, and commentary threads became self-perpetuating engines of engagement. Jake's reactions were analyzed for hidden meaning. Rogan's tone and expressions were dissected endlessly. Supporters hailed Jake's courage, critics highlighted recklessness, and neutral voices disappeared beneath the avalanche of extreme opinions. Screenshots and clips were archived, repurposed, and reshared, creating a permanent digital footprint of the event. Collateral impact extended far beyond the two main figures. Fellow YouTubers, influencers, and celebrities became unintended participants. In the story, screenshots immortalized their reactions, mentions, and commentary, whether they intended it or not. The warning had created a ripple effect, pulling peripheral figures into the chaos and demonstrating the unpredictable reach of viral drama, even after the initial frenzy subsided. The ripple effect persisted. Social media thrives on continuation, not closure. Every new post, story, or subtle reference to Jake Paul, Joe Rogan, or the mysterious they reignited engagement. The story had entered digital immortality, a permanent narrative in the cultural consciousness. Fans dissected every minor movement, every delayed post, and every cryptic comment for clues about the next development. The drama's impact extended to reputations and opportunities. Jake Paul's brand, boxing career, and public image were now intertwined with this viral event. Rogan's reputation as a truth-teller and influencer was amplified. Even peripheral figures experienced indirect consequences, professional decisions. Collaborations and public perception were subtly influenced by association with the viral warning. The internet's obsession didn't just stop at discussion, it became entirely participatory. Memes depicting Jake as a high-stakes action hero, Rogan as the desperate mentor, and social media as a suspense-filled thriller audience flooded every platform. TikTok creators animated screenshots into mini-cinematic experiences, while YouTube commentators produced detailed breakdowns of every possible outcome. Each layer amplified engagement, ensuring the story remained a trending obsession. Emotional intensity was a key driver of virality. Fans debated endlessly about the severity of Jake's situation, Rogan's responsibility, and the potential real-life consequences. Every opinion fueled more memes, threads, and videos. Supporters framed Jake as resilient, yet in danger. Critics emphasized recklessness. Every nuance, whether literal or hyperbolic, became part of the viral narrative, perpetuating the story. Across platforms, the long-term cultural impact was undeniable. Screenshots were archived, reaction videos remixed, and memes proliferated. Rogan's warning, Jake's behavior, and the mystery of they became permanent landmarks in digital culture. Social media had transformed a single plea into a long-term viral ecosystem, feeding engagement, speculation, and obsession indefinitely. By the end of this saga, timelines had burned with anticipation. Engagement remained high, and public perception had shifted permanently. Jake Paul's actions, Joe Rogan's intervention, and the mysterious they had become embedded in internet culture. Screenshots, reaction videos, memes, and viral threads ensured the ripple effect would persist for months. The lesson was clear. Viral drama leaves permanent ripples. Emotional intensity, ambiguity, and algorithmic amplification guarantee long-term. Consequences: collateral damage is immortalized. Warnings, interventions, and pleas are amplified beyond control. The narrative set a new benchmark for social media influence, celebrity vulnerability, and digital culture's obsession with high-stakes drama. Even as timelines eventually calmed, the story remained alive. Every minor post or subtle reference had the potential to reignite the viral storm. Joe Rogan's warning wasn't just commentary, it had become a permanent part of online history. Jake Paul, Rogan, and the elusive, they were now permanently tethered to this viral event, ensuring that in the age of social media, no warning ever truly ends. If this saga proved anything, it's that the internet doesn't sleep, it escalates. Viral warnings don't quietly fade, celebrity meltdowns don't politely disappear, and chaos always finds its next stage. If you've made it this far, congratulations, you've survived another front row seat to high-stakes celebrity drama without tossing your phone across the room. But don't relax, the story isn't over. It's only catching its breath, and the next twist is already brewing behind the scenes. So do what you're supposed to do. And smash that like button like it owes you money, and just try to skip your notifications. Hit it hard. That's how. The algorithm knows you thrive on chaos, drama, and unfiltered spectacle. Then dive into the comment section and unleash your hottest takes. Was Jake Paul actually at risk? Is Joe Rogan being dramatic or strategic? Who is they, and how imminent is the danger? Let your opinions fly. The comment section is alive, reading and amplifying your thoughts instantly. And if you haven't subscribed yet, fix that immediately. This channel doesn't whisper, it doesn't pause, doesn't do boring. When the next meltdown, warning, or viral scandal explodes, you'll want front row seats, not catching up days later. Hit that subscribe button, like you're locking the door before the next social media storm hits. Remember, rumors never die, social media never sleeps, and drama always finds its next victim. This is Punch Press, where chaos is constant, reactions are raw, and the next explosive scandal is already loading. Stay tuned, because the ripple effect never stops, and the next viral shockwave is just around the corner.